All right, we need to talk about Texas Roadhouse from a hospitality perspective, right? So first and foremost, I've been in the industry since I was like 15, and I also have my degree in hospitality. So there's that. I actually have a Bachelor of Science. So the stuff that's happening in Texas Roadhouse is a hard maybe. Like, it's possible that it's happening, but not like to the scale that they're claiming, sure. But again, it's a hard maybe. And it's a hard maybe because you got expos, you got food runners, you have various people that actually touch your food before it gets to you. Hold on. I'm also making coffee at the same time. I might just take you with me, but we'll see. Cause I hear I hear my water boiling. All right, let me explain why this doesn't make sense during peak hours. So during peak hours, think about how Texas Roadhouse, think about how busy they really get. So they'd have to keep track of every single table that has a table of, let's say, two or more black people, right? So not only would they have to keep track of the table, and like what they ordered and duplicates, they'd also have to the cooks and everyone, with, let's say it was a code word, or let's say they had like a special phrase or whatever, they'd have to keep track of every single order that they specifically ordered, never mind the duplicates. Because if you work in the restaurant industry, you might have like 3 burgers in front of you, all going to 3 different places. You might have 3 portobello chickens in front of you. You'd have to keep special track of, let's say they're table 37. You have to keep special track of their food, and during peak hours, you're not gonna have eyes on that food because your screen's gonna be blowing up. I'm not saying they have screens. I don't know. I've actually, Texas Roadhouse is one of the places I haven't worked. But considering how many places I have worked, it's possible, not really probable. Like, it's possible during like slow hours. It's not really probable during peak hours. Not only that, like, you'd have to keep track of their food, their to-go food too, potentially. Not only that, I'm about to go outside. Hold on. Okay, now that I'm sitting down. So it's possible, but it's not probable. It's just, it's a potentially, maybe, possibly. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Like, I'm sure it does. I just woke up. Like, I'm about to get myself together, but I wanted to get this out first. So, in the case of Texas Roadhouse, 400,000 people in that group, my first thought is, how many of them are bots? How many of them stir up shit? Because think about it. The pic I did see, the person's name was Nancy Smith. Do you know how fucking common that shit is? 1. 2, on top of like, I hate how the acoustics echo out here. It makes me crazy. If you think about how crazy that shit is, to that scale, and nobody seen anything on cameras, no manager ever saw anything, I guess. How many of them are bots? How many of them are agitators that stir up things? Because now Texas Roadhouse, if I was Texas Roadhouse, they'd have I'd have a lawsuit on my hands. Because I'd be going after them for criminal tampering of sorts. And I'd go after them for defamation. I just woke up, don't drag me. I just woke up. Chill out. But with that being said, this doesn't make sense from a hospitality standpoint. It's a maybe. It's a hard maybe. But not to the degree of busyness that Texas Roadhouse gets, especially in wake of this economic mess. Because like when I was in a different state, Texas Roadhouse was always busy regardless. Not only that, let's go a step further. When you first get sat, the people in Texas Roadhouse grab the rolls in front of your face. So logically, how would the host reasonably be able to lick their fingers before grabbing your rolls? Maybe with the second round. However, chances are someone else drops the rolls off at your table because they have expos and food runners. Like, do y'all see where I'm going with this? It's like I kind of feel like these people are agitators. Again, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Like, I'm sure it does happen where people are disgusting. I'm of the camp, I don't do that no matter how bad you piss me off. I just don't rock like that. I never have and I never will. Because, like, I've been a server, I've been an expo, I've been a line cook. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I refuse, I will not do dish. But we love them dish pit dudes, okay? But, like, oh, and they're some of the sweetest men you ever meet. Yeah, but it's like a sure, but it's a hard maybe. So, hold on, I'll be back. If I was Texas Roadhouse lawyers, I would get a forensic whatever the fuck from Facebook to figure out who said what, because I start looking at states and see if they even really like work for Texas Roadhouse, or if you really just flat out have a defamation case. Also, I don't think that that group on Facebook is the reason Texas Roadhouse lost its verification on TikTok. I mean, I don't see the causation or the correlation there. Because this is really going to damage Texas Roadhouse really, really, really badly. And this is in back of that Staples and the Rolls shit, which I don't even... Now that is also criminal tampering. At least I don't think that's a legal thing. But like, where I went to school, Go Wildcats, we also have hospitality law. So this is not no half-baked ass opinion. I believe it, but I have a hard time believing all of it. And no, it ain't no urban legend. People are really awful like this. It's always been like, not a motorcycle. No, I'm making a video. So the hospitality industry has always been like this. It's just cooled down in recent years, which I could see the tension bringing it back up. But again, about Texas Roadhouse and to that scale with the volume of busyness, I don't see it. Because think about how servers, if you've ever been a server, you know how crazy shit gets, especially during peak hours, especially when you have rapid turns. To keep track of who is where at all times, for the cooks to even keep track of all your food at all times and have eyes on that specific plate in the window at maybe, doubt it. And considering the duplicates too, doubt it. And somebody not saying something, like seeing something and saying something to that scale, doubt it. But this is a Texas Roadhouse hot take. What y'all think? All right, while I'm still talking about Texas Roadhouse, because I'm just going to splice these two together, it would make the most sense for Texas Roadhouse to lawyer up and start tracking IP addresses, because if this is not true, they have one hell of a defamation case, because they about to take one hell of an L with people not trusting the brand, especially in lieu of all this economic unrest and all the food being recalled anyway. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I feel like Texas Roadhouse was a reliable source of food, but now people don't feel like that. People are not gonna come back, and that's gonna cause huge economic loss across states. So they're gonna have to either probably lurk up in that Facebook group. They're gonna have to subpoena Facebook group for like the data of that group. They're gonna have to check it against their own records of who actually works there, so they can potentially attempt to fire people. Congratulations on a national headache. Yikes. I don't know what they're gonna do. I know they put out like 2 statements, but there's nothing they can do without a full-blown investigation, and that investigation is gonna take months, if not, like, depending on the scale of the investigation, I give it about maybe a year, because this shit like this is not swift. It's not swift. I don't know what they're gonna do, but good luck, I guess, or something.